Hey guys, Unlocked here, back with our blind playthrough of uh, A Dark Cave. See, again, you have to hit. Very strange. I wish I knew what this said, but... Mr. Manny, what are we doing here? What are we doing, my baby man? My goodness. Meow. Meow. Watch out. Watch out, crazy kitten. Okay. Look at all those things. We produced all the stuff. You are so crazy. You are silly. Do I want the lantern? What do I want here? How much black steel do I have? 300, so basically just enough. City. We could do the wizard tower. Let's feed the fire. Wizard tower spirals into the sky, crackling with arcane energy. Wizard moves in with his collection of ancient tomes and mysterious artifacts. Cool. Let's see. Unlocks wizard story. Mystical tower where the wizard conducts arcane research. All right. Okay. Well. Torches. Let's do the black steel lantern. Oh, wait. Wizard calls you his tower. I've learned of a castle deep in the wilderness, the former domain of a long-dead necromancer. Within its walls lie ancient scrolls that speak of how we can defeat what dwells in the depths of the cave. Okay. Castle ruins, minus 2,500 food. Before we do that, let's try the black steel lantern. Oop. Okay. Extra mining and cave exploring lantern forged from rare black steel. Okay, well. My goodness, he is a crazy man. All right, castle ruins. Do it. Expedition to the dead necromancer's castle ruins proved successful. Deep within, you find the ancient scrolls wrapped in dark silk, revealing cryptic knowledge about how to defeat what was locked deep in the cave. Claim rewards. Ancient scrolls, mysterious scrolls written in an unknown language, waiting to be decrypted. Decrypted. Crypted. Not deciphered, but decrypted. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Now we'll do obsidian too, why not? Feed the fire, sure. Ill grave. Wizard steps from his tower. I've decrypted the ancient scrolls. He says the creatures below can only be slain with weapons of great power, a sword of frost glass, and a staff crowned with bloodstone. Deep in the forest lies the grave of an ancient king, which treasures may hold the frost glass we need. Okay. Oh, third wave is coming. Minus 5,000 food, sure. Expedition carefully navigates the treacherous traps of the Hillgrave. Your villagers disarm the ancient mechanisms and reach the burial chamber. Among the king's treasures, you discover pure frost glass, cold as the void itself. All right. So what do you do with the frost glass then? Wizard examines the frost glass, cold light dancing across its surface. You have found it. Now the frost glass sword can be forged. Minus 800 steel. Okay. Bam. We've got it. Blade forged from frost glass. Radiant cold power. Strength plus 30. Yeah. I mean, you know. It's very... I don't know. It's just weird. Wizard returns from a journey into the forest. I've consulted with an old friend, a hermit wizard who dwells deep in the woods. He says gravely, he spoke of the bloodstone we need. It lies within the sunken temple, an ancient shrine now half drowned in the swamps of the forest. This feels very quick. It feels like we should have been doing this the whole game, kind of. Maybe that doesn't make sense. Sunken temple, minus 5,000 food. Okay. We have plenty of torches. Some gold. Well, we need a cannon tower and the Great Vault. Great Vault, I think, is just more stuff. Cannon towers, better at defenses. Steel and wood. Just need steel. 43 steel per thing. Can't mine steel or anything, so all right, let's do the Sunken Temple. Expedition wades through the swamp waters to reach the ancient half-sunken temple. Despite the dangers lurking in the dark waters, villagers navigate carefully through the submerged halls, find the bloodstone gems in the temple's inner sanctum. I mean, this is cool, but part of me feels like this... I mean... I kind of feel like it would almost be better to do, like, mount an expedition or something like that. Like, you have people and you have to send them out. You know what I mean? Rather than just pay food and quest complete, you know? But I mean, I don't know. That's the thing. So the thing is, you know, when people are like, "Oh, developers, people have been making games for 40 years. Why don't developers know about this?" It's like, developers are people. People have levels of experience, you know. They're not going to know all the stuff. You know, the people that are making games now, they haven't been making games since the beginning. You know, and by the way, that's why I mentioned Jeff Vogel, because he's been doing it since the beginning. And he's an indie guy. He's always been an indie guy. It's basically him and his wife. You know, his wife does some of the art, and he does everything else. And I think I've bought almost every game he has, even though I've only played like a couple of them. But you know, he tries. He really tries. So yeah. Anyway, claim rewards. Wizard examines the bloodstone gems you've retrieved from the Sunken Temple. With these bloodstones, we now have everything we need. We can now craft the bloodstone staff. Together with the frost glass sword, we'll have the means to face the darkness that lurks below. Bloodstone staff requires wood. All right, cool. Black steel sword. Wizard channels his arcane power into the bloodstone gems, fusing them with ancient wood. The bloodstone staff pulses with crimson energy, radiating strength and forbidden knowledge. Bloodstone staff. Staff crowned with bloodstone, pulsing with dark energy. Strength +5, knowledge +30. Right on. Sword. I mean, you know, if I do the wait, how long? 6 minutes. How are we doing? Food. $100 food. Oh, okay. Well, oh, Great Vault. Stone and steel. Wizard stands at the entrance to his tower. The weapons are forged. We now possess what we need to stand against the creatures at the depths of the cave. Darkness below will soon learn. This village will not fall without a fight. We are ready. Awesome. Do I do the Great Vault now? Or Maybe I should just wait, do the cannon tower, because that's, you know. Black steel. All right. I will say, for whatever reason, this does make me want to play Elden Ring, which there's a history and a story there, so I guess we have time. The summary is that my buddy, how are we doing on steel? It's gonna be a minute. Need fire. Iron. We have plenty of iron, coal, sulfur, obsidian, but keep in mind, we'll do the pickaxe. So yeah, my buddy basically has been, let's just call it what it is, I guess, harassing me to play Elden Ring since it came out, for, you know, probably for about 3 years. Like every time I'd see him, he'd, you know, mention it. He never texted me on my day off, which was nice, but he did that with Disco Elysium when he wanted me to play that. So that was, you know, that's an option. But instead, like, I finally tried it. He even sold me his PS5, I'm pretty sure, too, so that I would play Elden Ring. And like I said, you know, my friend is pushy, but he does mean well. He's not like, I mean, of course, there's a little bit of, you know, he wants to be validated or whatever as well, but at the same time, like, he wants me to actually enjoy the game. He doesn't want me to. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know that he's like making me sick of it. Are you coming down here, mister? Okay. You know, he's probably of the opinion that, oh, once you play it, you'll love it, right? That's what I expect. That's why he's just like, you got to play it, like every time I see him. He hasn't lately. I think I tried to tell him, like, hey man, you know, it's ruining it for me or whatever, but I don't think he really understands. So, excuse me. Excuse me, Manny. Um, but yeah, so I tried it once, and then I was on call, so I didn't want to get too involved, so I just kind of played the tutorial, and I was like testing it. And the next day, next day he's like, "Oh, it played less than an hour, huh?" And I'm like, "Dude," you know, I was like, "Oh well, yeah, I'm gonna give it another try tonight, or in a couple days when I'm off call." And as soon as I did, it was just like the rage came out of me, and so I almost gave up gaming completely because I'm like, I can't, you know, I'm so angry. It's sort of that, like, I don't know. It's called reactance in psychology terms, where it's basically you. It's kind of like, you know, when your parents are telling you to clean your room, and then you do, and they see you doing it, and they're like, "Well, it's about time you're doing that," and instantly you don't want to do it anymore. Um, it's sort of like that, but over 3 years, you know. So, you know, cannon tower, awesome. 45 seconds, okay. Cannon tower, defense, attack, integrity. So, So yeah, that's kind of the story. When I played, I got so angry and almost quit gaming completely. And then like I really had to decide like what do I do? Because it's like it's ruined, you know. And it wasn't even just like oh you should play this game. It's like let me tell you everything about this game. Let me tell you, you know, not everything, but it's like it was the whole like, oh, you're gonna walk out, you're going to walk out of the starting area, you're gonna open the doors, you're gonna see the tree, you're gonna be like, wow, this is amazing. You're gonna want to go down, you're gonna see this dude in the horse, and you're gonna want to go down and fight him, but don't do it. He's gonna kill you. Instead, you gotta go over here, you gotta do that, and you're gonna see this guy, and you're gonna see all these ruins around, and they're from the Sky Palace, and blah 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 blah. Like, I'm just like, dude. I'm like, dude, you gotta stop that. And then yeah, just sort of he's obsessed with the game. And then what was it? I mentioned he's like, "Oh, I think you're I think there's like a starting there's like a dragon right near the starting area if you go east or whatever." And I was like, "Huh. That's kind of interesting." And he saw that I was interested in it. And he's like, "Oh, cool. Let me show you this 10-minute speed run of Elden Ring." And I'm like, "Dude, oh, it's only 10 minutes. Don't worry about it." And I'm just like, "Dude, it's like he won't stop." And so that's kind of so I've had to I don't even really talk with him about games anymore, which is unfortunate. Like he talks at me and I'm just like, "Oh, that's cool." But I don't because I mentioned something like that and he got mad once and he's like, "I don't even care about any of the games that you like." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." You know what I mean? It could be like, "Oh, well, why is he your friend?" or whatever. It's like all of our friendships are like these fragile things. You know what I mean? That's kind of the problem. When you realize just how little connects people, it's I kind of have to let it go. I have to, you know what I mean? Because we all have issues and nobody's perfect. So, you know, like it's different if he was like if he would take his anger out of me or something like that, then that would be like, nope, we're not. We're you know, there's lines, right? But it's like you don't have to like the games that I like, you know. But anyway, so I've basically been decontaminating Elden Ring very slowly. Like I played it a little bit, and it was like, let me just start the game. How do I feel? You know, and I felt that anger coming up, and I'm like, okay, I don't need to do anything. I can just sit here. It's really interesting, actually. It was sort of like operant conditioning, you know. Like I'd start Elden Ring, and I'd be like, how does the title menu make me feel? It makes me feel angry. Okay, good enough for now, right? You're sort of desensitizing yourself to it just because, like I said, it was, and you could, yeah, you could be like, oh, that doesn't like that sounds like such a weird reaction to whatever, but yeah, it was like every time I saw him over 3 years, he'd be like, you need to play Elden Ring. I'm like, I know, I can't, I don't have anything that'll play it. Okay, anyway, third wave hordes of pale. That's the wrong horde. Hordes of pale creatures come from the cave, screams shake even the stones, their bone weapons cracking the ground. Okay. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but alright. Horde of creatures. Ember Bomb. Ashfire Bomb, available 3 out of 3. Okay. Stun duration 2 rounds, available 1 out of 1. Yep, okay, well. Ooh, there you go. I assume that's stun, but okay, let's see what happens. Fight. Minus 180 critical. Presumably still stunned. Use our bombs. Fight again, and they're toast. Alright, and fight. Awesome. Defenses hold. Pale creatures crash against the walls. You claim 750 silver. The Golden Age. With the aid of the devices that civilization thrived, an era of unprecedented peace and progress began, their knowledge and skill reaching heights that would never be seen again. Okay, and yeah, presumably it's just, Feed the fire. Yeah, presumably it's just that from now on. I could provoke it. How am I doing? Ashfire Bomb 5, Ember Bomb 6. Okay, that's fine. Great Vault do I want? How much steel do I have? Not enough. Okay, so it's going to be a minute. So anyway, that's my Elden Ring story. And yeah, it's been interesting. Basically, it's unfortunate because every game he's mentioned has been quarantined. Basically, because you know, like I said, I love him. He's one of my best friends. I've known him for a long time, but especially lately, it's just he is the type of person that is very well informed. You know, he used to make his own alcohol. You know, very and when he made his own alcohol, his own beer, he basically did it at a professional level. Like he did all the research. He knew what had to be done. It's not like, oh, I'm just doing a beer kit. It's like, no, he would test the specific gravity and the freaking like water content and all that shit. Like he perfectionist of the highest order, and like literally would make professional level grade beers, whatever. Like strong too, like strong beers. He'd like make coffee stouts and all these different things, and just yeah. But he brings that same energy and that same perfectionism to everything, right? Including opinions, which is a problem. You know, so yeah. Yep, not much you can do. Oh, feed the fire, sure. Not much you can really do about that if he's not willing to concede that opinions are opinions, you know? Um, which is unfortunate. So I've basically like talking games with him is almost like it's almost like getting in an argument with your spouse, you know what I mean? Even if you like you're not even if you win, you lose type deal. So I'm just like so I don't really talk to him about games anymore, but yeah, it's made everything he mentions or recommends is just like contaminated now. It's really unfortunate. Because I'm just like I don't want to deal with that. And it's like, oh, maybe I should play this, and I'm like, oh, he you know, maybe I should play this one game. Oh, he recommends it. You know, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to talk to him about it, and you know, and it's unfortunate. Like I said, I've tried talking to him about it, and he's like, but Elden Ring is the best game ever. What do you mean you don't like it? What do you mean you're not interested? It's just the best. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not. But it's the best. You only played for an hour. You're not going to know that it's the best if you play for an hour. I've actually played for something like 12 hours now, but even then, like I got to Stonevale, the castle or whatever. I beat Market, and I'm just like, eh. I'm like, yep, it's hard, but you know, I'm not really into the difficulty at the moment. I'm not. I need, you know, I have to conserve my energy, and this like drains me very like a lot. It's, I mean, you know how it is. Difficult games. Sometimes you're just like, fuck this game, you know. And I just don't have the mindset for that right now. I just don't have the bandwidth or whatever. So, you know, it's a problem. All right. How are we doing? So maybe one day. I mean, this like I said, this does make me want to play it a little bit, but you know, it's one of those things where it's like you gotta be real gentle about it, you know. it's like, you know, it's like a wounded animal. It's like you gotta coax it in gently. It's like, hey, Elden Ring, how you doing today? Not feeling good? Okay, that's fine. We'll leave it for tomorrow. Do I want to play Elden Ring today? No? Okay, that's fine. You know, it's like that. All right, let's provoke. See what happens. Soon. When will then be now? Soon. Oh, did screw up? No, okay. Does provoke not work? I don't know. Black steel sword. Oh, pickaxe, yeah. Pickaxe forged from rare black steel. Would you want to do the sword or the armor? The sky seems to darken as an uncountable mass of pale creatures surges from the cave, pressing towards the city. And we started in the cave, right? Awesome. So is it 40? Is it a 40% chance or is it just 20? Okay, well, good enough. All right, defenses hold. Pale creatures crash against the walls, cannot break through. You claim 1,000 silver. The grit collapsed one day without warning. An unimaginable magneto-electric pulse swept across the globe. Every device of the civilization, including those embedded within the skulls, was obliterated. Yep. Two more. Two more waves. That makes sense. Great vault, sure. Bam. Feed the fire. Bam. Great vaults. Supreme vault capable of storing immense resources. Resource limit 50,000. Craft, discount, and build. I'm going to try and go for the armor, I think. Because if the armor is defense, defense is what we need, but... See, it doesn't say what defense is. It says what attack is, but it doesn't say. Alright, well. And then 10 extra damage. An additional stun if we can get wizard's offer. The old wizard approaches you. I've lived long and seen much, he says with a weary voice. The threat you face is dire. For a fair price, I will join you in the fight against the foes that emerge from the depths. Hell yeah. Wizard nods with satisfaction. A fair price for my services. I shall defend your people with arcane fire. Removes his weathered hood, revealing ancient eyes that glow with fading power. The elder wizard has joined your fellowship. And I assume... Old wizard in his final days who long ago mastered the arts of arcane fire. Unlocks combat skill blood flame sphere. 10 damage, 10 burn damage per round, 10 health cost. Yeah, we'll do extra damage and burn damage. And health cost. Is that health like integrity? I assume that's what that is. Exploring the Citadel gives you silver and gold, which is nice. Black steel armor. Bam. What does that do? Heavy armor adorned with deadly spikes. Strength plus 10. Critical strike chance plus 5. Awesome. Feed the fire. Bam. Basically, we need black steel. Black steel. It's not. It's funny. Okay, we could do silver, leather. Ah, here we go. Dark tools. We get silver, leather crafter, get more silver. Good company. I don't know what that is, but I assume that's maybe people. Dark war equipment. Presumably the last one is the black steel stuff. What is this? Schematic crafter. So we're missing maybe another schematic or something. I don't know. What do we have? Cave explorer. Traveling merchant. Nightshade bow. Well, that's annoying as fuck. Get some gold. Some more gold. Some more gold. Ooh. Black steel for wood. Okay. Well, see, the problem is 1,200 gold. I don't know if he'll still be around. We don't, I mean, you know, we're trying to get the leather totems. Bone totems. Explore the Citadel. 2 minutes. I mean, you know, odds of us. Odds of getting this are slim. Not 0, but they are slim. Leather totems give you a little bit of, you know, a little bit of gold there. 217. Mm-hmm. Not enough. I mean, we're getting closer, though. We are getting closer. 141. Wow, so close. We're like 5 off. Feed the fire. Explore the Citadel. Should be enough. Nightshade bow schematic. Bam. Nightshade bow. 4,000 wood. 400 silver. Okay. Bam. Bow crafted from dark wood. Its arrows carry poison. Strength +5. Well, I mean, that's cool and all. You know, like the poison and stuff, but it's like, is that a thing? You craft a bow from dark wood, its arrows will carry poison into your enemies. I mean, that's awesome. Interesting, so we're still missing a schematic. We're missing one. Walls, storage, forging, smelting, wisdom, lookout, hide work, Nordic housing. Okay, well that's, all right. Hunt. Yeah. Feed the fire. Bam. Wow, we got that at the last moment. Black steel sword, 200. We're almost there. May as well wait to get that before we, you know, provoke. You know what I mean? Before we provoke them. Yeah, but yeah, Elden Ring's gonna wait. Black steel sword, bam. Sword forged from rare black steel strength plus 18. That is good. Attack, 116 from strength. Well, I would like more gold anyway. Gold. You know. We could probably just fight. It feels like we're doing okay, you know? Then again, pretty close. Pretty close to just being able to get more whatever. There we go. Improve. Plus 10 health cost. Plus 1 burn round. Oh. Times 1 round. Okay, so it only goes for 1 round. So is it like 20 damage and then the next turn you get 20 more damage? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. All right. Sure, provoke soon. It's probably going to wait the 30 seconds. You know how it is. Fifth wave. From the cave emerge countless pale figures, larger and more twisted than before, their forms unspeakable as they advance on the city. All right, so, oh, there you go, poison arrows. Okay, so we're going to use one of these. Available 1/1. 15 per round for 3 rounds. Total plus 22. Total damage 37 per round. Available 1 out of 1. See, the problem is there's a lot of random chance here. It's almost like if you wanted a text version of what is it called? Master of Magic, right? So here's the thing. First off, if you're there's going to be people, a lot of game creators, and people in general, because game creators, developers, love video games, but many of them do not love all video games. Most gamers do not love video games. They're part of the glue-eating masses, right? They're not interested in using their brain. They like what they like, and they don't like anything else, right? That's why my buddy, I love him, but he will never play games like this. He does not understand, and he gets mad when I suggest that these are good. And he also gets mad when I suggest that maybe some of these are better than some of the games that he likes, because he loves games that have good graphics. That's not the only thing that he loves, but you know what I mean. But to him, like, he needs good graphics. Good graphics are an indication of quality, not, he grudgingly accepts playing EDF because he's like, there's no way you could do this with good graphics. So he grudgingly accepts it. But to him, graphics are everything. They're a sign, they're a visible sign of quality. So, just like him, many developers, I imagine, look at other games and they're like, those games are trash. I would say, if you want to be a good developer, not just a good developer, but a developer that, because the way, especially if you're going to be a solo dev, you have to understand what people want, and you are the one that shapes the, you're like the director, right? You control what people see, what they hear, what they experience, right? And so you have to cater that experience to them and to their tastes. Not everyone's tastes. You don't have to make it like mass market appeal, but you can be like, this is a game that I want, I want you to walk away from this game with this experience, right? And so you, as a developer or developers in general, should be aware of all the different design things, right? And so that's why I'd say play a bunch of different games, especially games that you might not enjoy. If you're approaching games from a design perspective, they might be interesting, though they might not necessarily be fun to play. You know, um, and you have to play a lot of games. You have to even play bad games, because you want to see what bad games might actually be more interesting than good games, because you can look at what they did wrong and dissect it. And so I'd recommend that. Also recommend GDC, the Game Developers Conference. There's plenty of videos on YouTube, and they love doing postmortems. That's where I was going to recommend Jeff Vogel. Spiderweb, what is it? Failure to Fail, the Spiderweb Software Way, or something like that. Jeff Vogel basically gives a presentation. It's about an hour long. It's super interesting, though. I've watched it multiple times, about being an indie dev for the past 40 years. And even the money behind it, which is super fascinating. If you I tried showing it to my sister because she's kind of into games. She's like, "Oh, this is something I like do at work," and I'm like, "Well, I watch presentations at work too, but I find this interesting, so who cares?" You know what I mean? It's like, can you get past that stuff or not? Yeah. So just while I'm thinking about it, check out GDC, the postmortems. Check out Jeff Vogel, Spiderweb Software stuff. Check out the Saga games, because they do everything, so much stuff differently and unique, and they're experimental. Yoko Taro is pretty interesting as well, because he doesn't like to make the same game twice. While I'm thinking about it, you could check out some of the solo devs. Astlibra Revision, fantastic solo dev that did a project over 15 years. Really interesting from a design perspective. It's one of those games that it's a side-scrolling action RPG that people think, normally when you play like a JRPG, it sort of slumps in the middle because it needs the story to keep going forward. Like, you've exhausted all of the mechanics and stuff at the beginning, and then the middle of the story is where everything kind of slows down, and the game just drags on at that point, usually until the story starts picking up at the end. This game does not, because it's not just the story that keeps going and actually gets better as the game goes on, but so does the gameplay, because it keeps adding mechanics. Even at the end, like the final chapter, it adds like 2 more mechanics. So Astlibra Revision, which is fantastic. It's on computer, it's on Switch. And also I'd recommend Scavenger SV4, which was another solo project that a guy did over about 5 years. He's active on the Steam forums. I think it's only on Steam. But that one is really, really interesting. It's sort of like it's like an immersive sim, but also a roguelike. You control like a drone that goes down to an alien planet. It's really neat. But anyway, let's do this. See if we can maybe finish. Bam, poison arrows. So that's poison. I wish it told you what it was. Crushing strike. Bam. And then let's try this. Health cost 10. Okay, yeah, all right. Fight. Bam. So they must have taken the fire damage, I guess? I don't know. Critical. Oh, crap, I forgot those. That's okay. Bam, all right, we're done. Round 3. Oh, no, right, yeah. Fences whole, pale creatures crash, claim 150, or, 1,500 silver. Feed the fire. 6th wave. Before we do that, though, presumably we're going to get another little story beat. How much does that cost? 750. All right, well. Yeah, there's tons. There's, you know, if you're looking at games from the perspective of design, it's so fascinating. That's what bugs me. That's what really freaking bugs me about my buddy, because I want to talk to him about not just oh man, this game has such good graphics and whatever, like, because like I said, I love him. Maybe he's more right brained. Is that the thing? um More technical, mechanical, something like that. I don't know. You know, he's more into the uh mechanics of stuff, I guess. You know, he loved Morrowind, but um you know, I was super into, we both played it like late in our gaming careers. I think I played it for the first time just a few years back, and I did it basically for the channel. Um and but it's just fascinating going into it, because I walked into it and I'm like, oh, it's neat how Seda Neen, the first town, how it directs you a certain way and it does this and it does that, and it, you know, it tells you to go here, and then they tell you like level up your character and do all that, right? And the themes, the gameplay and the themes kind of like line up, right? Maybe we should stop here. But yeah, it's super interesting. State, improve, an extra burn round. Yeah, why not? Village feast. Oh, we don't have enough food. Ah, that's a problem. Okay, well, we'll see if we can get enough food. We'll just keep going for it. Um, I mean, we don't need any more black steel, right? I don't know if we need any moonstone. I don't know if we need the adamant or obsidian or sulfur, because we've basically done everything. We've built all the things, right? We've crafted all the stuff. Except for leather. We could use more leather, maybe. Although I guess we've got enough. Oh, hell yeah. Awesome, you could just hold it down. That's fantastic. All right. Look at all that food. All right, cool. Bam. Okay. I mean, it doesn't, you know. Okay, I guess we just stop here then. Dark War equipment, sure. All right. Mm-hmm. All right, well, you know. Burn damage, crushing strike, 1500 probably would be good. Nope, not provoke yet. Schematic. All right, well, let's... Yeah, we have to explore still. Yeah, okay, let's stop here then. Okay. Well, we'll hit the sleep button. All right, guys, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Really do appreciate it. Really hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. As always, guys, questions, comments, concerns, good, bad, or indifferent. Yeah, it's hard. We talked more about, you know, gaming and recommendations. I mentioned my Elden Ring story. Last time we talked about Saga stuff. This time we talked about other game recommendations, a bit more like solo projects and GDC and Jeff Vogel, that sort of thing. This is all going to run together. It's going to be terrible. Whatever the titles are for these are going to be awful, just awful. But yeah, that's basically it. So that is all. You know, hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. Questions, comments, concerns, good, bad, or indifferent. Let me hear them. I do read all of them. I do try and respond to all of them as well. What is your guys' unique positive moment for today? For me, I'm going to go with the faucet. It was dripping, but I finally got it fixed. And I think I mentioned this in the past episode or two. Tighten the packing nut a little bit, and then put the cap back on and tightened that. Had to use vice grips that the washer, it's got one of those rubber washers in it, so the washer in it was snug. And yeah, so it's not leaking from the handle or from the spout. That's all you could do, and hopefully none of the there was no freezing damage or anything. Hopefully not. But you know, that's it. That's my unique positive moment. If it is leaking, we'll see. And yeah. That's my unique positive moment anyway. Hopefully your guys just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. Hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, take care.